we got our pairings. We're going to see a rematch between Peter Andronowski and Lewis Mackay. We got the word that it's going to be Peter going first in this decisive final game. And just one more look at the standings. Josh, take us through it while we get set for that matchup here.
All right, so if you're just joining, welcome. Let us know where you're watching from, what's going on in your Scrabble world. But this is the final round. Current standings, we have Peter Andronowski in first place, 1 game and 401 spread points, which is our tiebreaker, clear of Lewis Mackay. We've seen them a lot. We're going to see them one more time. Peter going first in the final game. He needs to just not lose by 201 points, and he will win this tournament. It is a very rare thing when you know you have to just not lose by 200 that it does still happen. But here we are. It is possible. Anything is possible. We just saw one of the most ridiculous games of all time you played, and I'm so excited. I'm here for it, Will. Tiles are getting unsquared. Once again, square the tiles after every game to make sure they're still there. Put them back in the bag right before the start. Peter's going to go first. The moment he sees a tile out of the bag, his clock will be started, and we'll have a final game. This incredible tournament.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Lewis needing to win by a huge margin. I believe the exact number, 201 points. He has said that he's not going to change anything about his normal play, as he does have some need to simply win the game to remain ahead of Sammy Okasaga, who you can see is level with him on 23 wins. An amazing achievement in this very tough field, I might add, Josh. 23 wins in this is usually enough to win one of these big 32 game major level events.
Will we see 25 wins for Peter Andronowski? Only time will tell. That final tile in S, it wasn't looking so great, but a decent start for Peter. Just 5 for 20 or 5s for 30 here. A tale of, is the S worth 10 or more points? What about the defense? 5? Do you play with the E on the star? Do you play with the I on the star? I kind of like E on the star here, Will.
The complicating factor, of course, with placing 5 in the normal spot where you would play a word holding an S, right? You would holding an S. This is a great spot to play a 4-letter word of this pattern of consonant, vowel, consonant. You avoid placing your vowels next to the bonus squares and you set your S up, but you do give back fiver with this much of the time. Oh, we'll get that flipped in just a second. There we go. So 5. In the what I would call normal spot, Josh, you were advocating E on the star. Hard to know if Peter is going to change his play to
You know what?
reduce the blowout loss potential.
Maybe because you just try not to lose by 200, you play the V on the star.
Yeah, I
I
was
don't know.
thinking, I was actually about to say V on the star has some advantages here to completely avoid making any double-double possibility, which is the worst case scenario. And the V on the star, very difficult to play 8-letter words to that. So there was an argument to be made there. And ooh, another S, but also a little bit awkward grouping of tiles for Peter. He's happy to see those 2 S's, and Lewis about to play the third. Fields for 45 looks fantastic to me. But yeah, hurts to give up your S. I think you got to do it.
Again, this is demonstrating that Lewis is not playing for the 201 point win. Otherwise, I think you probably keep things a little bit more open by playing Fjeld here, not creating this right angle that kind of
Oh,
cuts
yeah.
off circulation from a part of the board. But this makes a lot of sense in a vacuum. 45 is hard to say no to, but it was interesting between those two.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point that maybe even in a vacuum, just Field here works out really nicely for you, setting up your S. Of course, Peter would have been taking it, but look at that. Trental. Does that fit anywhere? I guess there's probably some other stuff happening with that.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Is there? Yeah, I guess we'll have to see what Peter does. It looks like maybe you just play jigs here from the J, burning one of your S's, telling your opponent, well, I've got another one, but that information is hard to do anything with, and you might as well get rid of a second vowel, or sorry, get rid of a second consonant and keep another S behind. Peter's struggling to draw a vowel here.
Oh, I see the
The rat
ticker's wrong.
line,
I'm gonna fix it, folks. I'm fixing that ticker now. I see it's attributed to the wrong player. But yeah, rat line. Ooh, rat line getting blocked here.
wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a very good play too. And again, a situation where it just feels like eyes in the front of opponent's head. Uh just blocking. Let's get jigs off the board there. But yeah, Grig a very good play too. Setting up both S's with ifs. I guess the one downside is you're opening a double double, but Lewis is one tile off of that. So a pretty slow start, I guess, considering what we saw last game. But Peter with two S's, drawn another balanced rack. Lewis have to figure out what to do with this rack. I guess you just overlap the J here. There's no bingo available.
Yeah, I think so. I also just want to call out Grig is a very reasonable play to make it, as opposed to Jigs. Those two plays were very, very close in valuation. So if you're remotely unsure, Grig has a number of nice benefits, blocking a couple of the open lanes. It's not really possible to play through anything here. The G is not easy to underlap, and you keep your two S's to potentially play something here. So there are a lot of good things about Grig compared to Jigs. It wasn't necessarily a, eyes in the back of your head situation, but I think it's worked out potentially in exactly the way that Peter might have envisioned, saying, well, if I play Jigs, it doesn't block anything, and it would be a shame if I gave up a bingo through the eye. That is exactly what did happen in this particular permutation. So he might have been considering exactly that sort of sequence of events. Meanwhile, Lewis very likely. So if he's not going to adjust his play at all based on the specific necessity to record a blowout win, it's hard to know what you might do. You could consider playing teal here and trying to draw an S. Treat maybe looks awesome. Maybe that's just similarly aggressive. And there, Lewis is about
Yeah.
to set it up, Josh.
Yeah, I think you just play treat pretty much no matter what, unless you're the one that can't lose by 200. You don't want to open a triple triple, but I think treat, getting rid of most consonants, it's worth it. You're covering the double letter score, and unfortunately, I mean, unless Peter talks himself out of this, salesman was blocked, but isn't glassman also valid?
It is. So, ironically, that G I was just talking about being tough to play through, Peter has an 8-letter word of glassman that could come down if he's confident enough. It doesn't seem like word finding has ever been an issue for Peter. It's basically every quote unquote miss that he's had. Almost every single one that I could think of has been he saw it, but then, like Tabulis, he didn't feel confident enough in it to play. So, um, no sign yet that he's actually seen Glassman, but we'll see. Like he's just recounting.
But interestingly, if you're Peter, do you not want to just always address that triple triple? I feel like if you have any doubt about Glassman, you do something that blocks the triple triple so that you don't lose by 200.
That
So the ramifications are becoming a little bit important on this turn.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Although Lewis, look at this beautiful play. So I, as a Latin, oh, you got that for me. As a former Latin student, I would say nihil for this, but I was ridiculed for saying that once. So I'm hesitant to pronounce this word, as all of you out there will let me know if it's not correct. I will say that I do apologize for my saying, uh, mispronouncing Norteñas. How did you say it, Josh?
Well, that's fine. You're pronouncing that fine as long as you don't
No,
say Nortinas.
which I did. That's what I did
Yeah,
say. So I
it's okay.
apologize to anyone who had to hear
Look,
that.
we're learning. We're not pronunciation majors. We're Scrabble players. We don't have to know how to pronounce words. We don't even have to know what those words mean. So you guys can correct us all you want in the chat and be upset that we're not pronouncing things the way you think they should be pronounced, maybe the way the world thinks they should be pronounced. But Nihil, nihil, we're just pronouncing the words here. We're just telling you guys what could be played. It's always so much fun to look at the comments and see people very upset at our lack of education. I would say
Yeah.
Niall, like Niall Horan, like the One Direction guy. Hey, see, I'm educated. I know some things.
Yeah, like, like nihilism. That's what we mean for someone that believes in nothing. But Moog from Elden Ring has a move where he shouts nihil, nihil, and that's what I'm thinking of when I pronounce it that way. So any Elden Ring Scrabble crossover fans out there in the chat know what I'm talking about. Oh, we do have one on YouTube. We got several. So, there you go. That's where I'm drawing it from. So it looked like Peter, back to this game, it looked like he was thinking about playing Sma right here, which looks really solid in a vacuum, but he is making the more defensive play against the triple triple nightmare scenarios, which I think this is a big equity sacrifice, Josh, but this is a good change of pace for Peter to make given the specific scenario that he's in to win the tournament.
Yeah, I absolutely love this play from Peter. He's recognizing that that's what the worst way to go is to leave a triple triple open and just get triple tripled on again. You might have some hindsight bias here from last game, but it doesn't matter. In this particular instance, you're going to be fine. You might lose the game after slant, and of course, he didn't see or was unsure of Glassman, but Sma is just not the play in this circumstance. Niall comes down, Lewis with a very nice lead here. Let's see if he can draw nicely to his RT combination. Peter has not drawn so great to MAS.
No, not at all. This gives Lewis a little bit of a chance, but also not the best draw for him either. He is not really threatening anything that I immediately see. Engine has kind of a funny choice that I don't necessarily think that Peter is actually going to do. The suggestion is Davy right here. This is a nice way to get rid of some of the clunkier tiles on Peter's rack, and it sets up your M to score well with subsequently. But this is a little too crazy because of the eyed hook and the fact that you can extend LA, both an R and a D. There's too many things that you just get hammered with on the triple lane after that, but he is going to go ahead and do it. And again, the computer engine really likes it, Josh. What do you think about it?
I mean, it's such a great play in a vacuum because super aggressive. You're setting up your M with MY, but also setting up your bingo leave. But oh man, would I have the cojones to play this in this circumstance? I guess at some point you just have to work on your own racks and do something about the situation you're in. But yeah, I think in this circumstance I would have done something different. I'm not sure what. Um, but yeah, this is just so much better than the other plays. Maybe just Sav and Niles would be a nice
Sure.
way to score and not really open too much. And
Makes
there's a Q
sense.
draw.
You draw could slow Peter down a little bit. I feel like Lewis is a little bit out on the right foot of this game, but I'm very curious to see what is going to happen with these two blanks. If Lewis makes a play right now and draws blank one and then blank two, which is very possible, he's already up 50, and a sequence like that would definitely get him closer to the needed 200. It seems like it's been as you said, Josh, a slow start to this game, but now there is a lot to dream on. If you're Lewis, you've got this lane. It's going to be very difficult to close, and we know that it's going to be tough. Well, I guess Peter's going to play Mohels or Holmes. That looks really, really good, leaving the queue, scoring well. I'm pretty sure that's what he'll play. But you still have some pathways here if you're Lewis Mackay.
Definitely. It's just so unfortunate. You have the second M for this spot. but no 5-letter words are available going downwards from MY. And I think Lewis has almost come to that conclusion once he's sure that that's the case. He's considering playing Mutt, M-U-T-T, which would create some chaos here. And once an M comes down here, well, what happens? There are 2 C's out for MYC, and that could be a huge possibility down the line, too. We know the C loves to be at the start of words, Will.
That is a great point. That's a really fun extra. Like if you're Lewis, you want to be creating all kinds of mayhem on this board. Although, again, he has said that he's not going into this game thinking about that necessarily. But yeah, a play like Mutt, MUT or MUTT, whichever one you choose in this spot right here, is already a very reasonable play to make from a rack balancing standpoint. Be getting rid of your M, one of your 2 T's, and your weakest vowel. The rest of the letters have good synergy. Although it should be said, there's not a ton of place without an E on your rack to play here, along with your ED combination, and without an S, not going to be that easy to actually fit a bingo on the board as currently constituted, but that's okay. You can still keep a, in the abstract, a good bingo leave and hope to draw something to support it.
It was taking a while here. Do you ever play Todd and keep the M for later, block that annoying X spot? He's going with Mutt, and I love the energy of this play. It's just like, all right, you probably have that second S, but I don't care. Slant's definitely sort of showing that fact to Lewis, but there we go. That's coming down 19 points. Lewis still in a very good position here to win. Will he win by 201? Still probably not, but he's a third of the way there. And Holmes gonna come down here with Mutts. I guess this was potentially a miss of the higher scoring version of this on the right side, blocking the triple.
Potentially. I mean, there's pros and cons to each, but I definitely would agree in general that blocking the O column is a better idea long term. You also get 4 more points for doing that. Still, this is a solid play for sure. If it's not the best play, it's probably the runner up. Look at that, Josh. First blank on Lewis's rack. Doesn't look quite good enough to bingo now. And big draw of the U for Peter. Normally, you hate to see that U, but it comes out at a good time for him. See what else he gets with it. Not perfect, but still pretty good.
Yeah, that's very key. I mean, worth mentioning, there was only 1 U on the board, so the chance of drawing a U pretty decent, but that's exactly the tile Peter wanted, keeping QE. He's going to have to take it maybe a turn or 2 if he wants to get a better Q play, but seems pretty good for him. Lewis, he's going to take a while here. I feel like this just doesn't look like there shouldn't be a bingo here. I guess you start by looking for 7-letter words, which would fit nicely here or here a lot of the time. After that, you start looking for 8-letter words through the T of Mutts, through the G of Grig. And at some point, you come up short. Very surprising here, but once Lewis does the diligence that is required in a position like this with a blank, which completely destroys the field of possibilities, human being cannot possibly find all the plays with the blank. He's going to probably see Rondo and play this, which is a great idea to open up more space on the board. Keep R blank, which is super strong.
Yeah, definitely expect eventually, as you say, Lewis is going to look around, make sure he's spending the requisite time to look for bingos with that blank. Feels like there should be, but there aren't. We expect Rondo to be the play, after which I don't think this gives anything new back to Peter. I fully expect him to play Quoter after that into the R of Grig. But then look at this board after that, holding R blank. All Lewis needs is one of the billion E's and a balanced draw, and he is a huge, huge favorite to get a big bingo here. What if he then draws something like C blank? There is so much potential on this board. I'm feeling a little nervous if I'm Peter Andronowski right now. This isn't exactly the board I want, looking to avoid a blowout loss.
Absolutely, yeah. Reality is setting in, I think, slowly, but obviously he's still 171 points off of that magic number Lewis needs to win by here. It looks like Rude instead, so this is maybe a miss of Rondo. This does leave the G open, though. This will bingo maybe slightly more forcefully in a lot of situations. A double-double could be very, very nice here, but a little bit of a point sacrifice.
Yeah, for sure. And while it does block Quoter as well, which seems like a hidden benefit, Quote is still going to be pretty solid, leaving EE scoring 33. Let's see what Lewis draws. Oh, a devastating draw right there. He just needed something way better than that. I don't think he's going to get. Oh, wait, he got the other blank though, which honestly,
Yeah,
that's kind of devastating in its own
no, that's
way.
what I thought you meant, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just reacting to the consonants, but what he really needed was to draw a couple vowels, not that second blank, and then draw that second blank subsequently and get that 1-2 punch. Gonna be tougher now. He's gonna be at the mercy of natural bingos, which of course can still happen. Not as likely though, Josh.
We see quote. What do you think of the idea of playing Warn for 9? Just
If
opening the triple
hey,
triple.
sure, you've got 2 blanks on your rack. If for any reason, any earthly reason that you think Peter may not be able to play, if he has all consonants or something and just cannot do anything to address the spot, your odds of getting a triple triple are phenomenal. So it makes all the sense in the world to make a play like that here, I would say.
Yeah, no, it really is bad to have drawn this. Not only does Lewis not have a playable bingo here, but he would have wanted to get that blank later, like you said. But oh my goodness. That has to be scary for Peter, having 7 vowels at this stage of the game. This might be the scare of his tournament. Suddenly, he is completely enslaved by whatever Lewis manages to do here. If Lewis opens a triple triple, that'll be perfect for Peter because he'll be able to play a nay or a Enii and be totally at peace with things. But wow, terrible draw for both guys.
Yeah, you almost would want to pause the game and see if they want to do some kind of a trade here. Um, but I'm not sure.
Monopoly style.
Yeah, I'm offering or what's that meme of the guy who is in this, he has his hands like this, that he's giving you a trade offer. I feel like I've seen that in sports
Mhm.
media and stuff. But yeah, so certainly for Lewis here, it's very easy for us to sit here and say he has no playable bingos, but he's definitely still going to spend a minute looking because you can make those blanks both vowels and potentially still bingo. But yeah, I think the more normal play to make here is definitely just Sorn right here. If you do draw an E after this, you still have overwhelming odds to hit a bingo in this area. Amazingly, Peter has simply not had any viable options. He did on Holmes, it should be said. And we are going to see Sorn go down. This is a very solid play, potentially the standard play, denying us the content play of Warren, Josh.
Yeah, but there's nothing standard about what's happening here. From Lewis's perspective, 26 vowels, 17 consonants. From Peter's perspective, it's a lot more normal, 19 vowels, 22 consonants. But that's a double vowel draw, the most likely draw that Lewis could have had, and he's going to be able to bingo for a ton here. I don't think Peter has any resource that makes any sense of blocking that lane that he opened with Davey. I guess you could see AI come down with Benny, but that doesn't make any sense. I feel like we're seeing maybe an exchange here.
Let me ask you this, Josh. With this rack, are you playing Snowier or Brewing? what what do you think?
I'm lucky I'm not in the hot seat to answer that question. Oh my god. So we see exchange 6, keeping the E. This is a perfectly reasonable option. Going for one of those blanks, he's not going to get one. As we know, Lewis has both. Snowier versus crewing. I feel like I play Snowier and hope for one of those C's. I don't know.
Yeah,
This is a better lane. The Snowier lane is better and easier to hit, but this one is harder to block. I could go either way. Got to flip a coin.
I think it's really tough. Yeah, I think the idea of both C's being out and the fact that the C is a good starting letter, but most importantly, this area of the board is so difficult to obstruct without the C. This area is going to be the target spot for a lot of Peter's racks that have an E in them. Any kind of 6 ending in E, or I guess the final S, but certainly this E, he's going to want to play those here for big scores anyway, whereas playing here is so tough. So I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people in chat are saying brewing, but my gut says snowier for sure.
He's considering playing where? What's the real downside of this? Opening a triple that Peter has to address. 37 points versus 93. I don't even know if you lose less after the bingos. This is craziness. Is it time for Lewis to go insane and play and open a triple here, Insano style? The board is so open, and blank. You're gonna bingo eventually, but man, seeing wagering as a possibility. Wagering is 90 points, but it's less defensive in that it gives back nice counterplay. You can imagine the E is going to allow for some very high scoring responses, and it's 90 points versus 93. Anything goes in this position. It's really no holds barred, but I feel like wagering is not it.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, it's not some kind of horrendous mistake either. It feels nice to also leave both of these lanes open and still score 90. So you still have a ton of pressure that you're putting on Peter here. I agree. I would have loved to see him play Weir, and he clearly considered it strongly just for the intense.
Oh, he hasn't committed.
Oh, he's picking it up.
He hasn't committed it. Oh my goodness. A little bit of trolling.
Here's the thing now. You can't play Weir now, can you?
Yes, of course you can.
Now that you've showed him both blanks, I guess you can.
It's even better. Give him a scare of his life. Unfortunately, Peter, I think, is no matter what going to play Bowback, which scores 50 points. However, what it opens is ridiculous. So if Lewis gets a nice draw of a bingo, and there are lots of nice tiles left, we could see him up by almost 200 points, almost the magic number after a couple of exchanges here. 130 points between these guys. Peter's got to be a little bit scared, but a little bit happy to see both those blanks at the same time. Oh my goodness, what a game.
So again, 200 points is the magic number. So in effect, despite this very good start to the game by Lewis, he is technically, for the sake of the tournament standing, he is down by, nice play. Really nice.
Yeah, technically he's down 71, but after this, he's down 118 points. This is so much safer than Bowback. What an amazing find. Bugbane, Bogbean. I was just thinking about that pair of words. What a completely master level find that is. Lovely.
Killer find by Peter. That's a great job by him to put him back under the 100. Oh, there's the C. Both C's.
Almost cachexia. Oh my god.
Oh my god. And the X is gonna fit here. You've got an X bomb holding both C's, Josh.
Or just exec. Just exec, keeping one of them, I think is better.
For sure. Exec. That looks phenomenal.
And that's another terrible draw for Piotr Andronowski.
Wow.
Oh, man.
This is
Lewis is going to score 58 for exec if he sees it. There it is. This could be the most ridiculous. Okay, let's not spoil things. Let's not jinx things. Exec looks like the clear best play here. Still some E's to draw, still some bingo tiles to draw. Peter has terrible stuff. Wow.
So this play is going to put Peter down by, or Lewis up by, exactly 140 points. Peter has trash and is going to take several turns to unwind this. If Lewis
You have
gets the draw of his life right now, we are seriously talking about this maybe happening here. I
but
can't
you have
believe
to
I can't believe it.
wonder. You have to wonder. You see a C come down. You know there's a C hook here. Is Peter gonna play auto to block that spot? Because why would Lewis play exec without the second C? It's only a 6 point advantage over just X. In any
Great
case, Lewis
point.
has not drawn um, a 7 letter word, but oh my, this is totally crazy, man. Wow.
Potentially even better than auto would be just a twee, right? Like now you remove
Yeah.
all doubt.
Oh,
So
even better.
yeah, something like
I
that
just
might
can't believe this. He
yeah,
kept a K. That was so good. And he
yeah.
drew 6 more vowels. This is crazy stuff, crazy land. Oh man. Twilight Zone stuff going on here. Is Peter going to think about blocking that crazy high scoring lane here?
Yeah, I think he has to. I think he has to. There's still going to be some craziness on the resulting board. You still have that last S, you've still got a Z. There's definitely still some power that if one or two more bad draws for Peter and a couple more really good draws for Lewis continue to make this really close. And there, at to your point, he is considering auto, which is a variation of a twee. Either of those seem really nice. You're keeping the K for this spot, Josh, but I feel like it's going to be really hard to actually make a play there with it, given how volatile those plays will be.
Yeah, I agree. Auto, I think a slightly worse version because somehow you can still fit CS bingos. That will just be very, very unlikely. But this is the right idea for Peter. Keeping that K to potentially score at any moment, he can score with it if he wants it. So he's still probably feeling okay, not quite sick to his stomach yet. But man, there's still some hope for Lewis. He's up 122. If he gets some really key draws here, he can get to that magic number. And WEG, nice scoring tiles for Peter, but still nothing great for him.
Is there any thought to like keeping your C anyway and trying to draw the last S and get something like Caesura or something eventually? Do you want to keep driving towards one of these massive plays? Like, look, you could play Poi or something, right? This would already be a decent play. You don't like blocking execs, but it scores all right and it gives you a chance to draw closer to one of these huge plays. Maybe Peter isn't able to score that well while also blocking this stuff. That I don't know. Does it sound crazy?
No, Poi looks like a great idea. First thing I was thinking about was Quipo, but you have a C. Your C bingos are really only going to fit here. I guess it's kind of hard to block that spot though. I think Poi is a great idea to keep the scoring pressure on too. I mean, we're pretty sure at this point, if you're wondering why we're debating this so intensely, we're pretty sure Lewis is going to win this game. He's up 122, but he needs to win by 201 exactly to actually win this tournament. So it's now time for him with 6.5 minutes to go. Try and formulate some sort of plan to do just that because it really doesn't feel likely that he's going to be able to slip and lose this game at this score.
Yeah, fully agree with that. It's his game, barring something completely nutty. I think now that the game is somewhat in hand, from what we were talking to Lewis about before the game, I think now he has fully shifted to, okay, it seems like I should be able to pull this one out for a win, but now it's time to reconsider my position as if I'm trailing and how do I get to that 200-point margin? I think he's thinking about it now based on the way the game has gone to this point. He would have to be. So now it's time to think about some crazy stuff, thinking the way you would think if you were down by 80 in this position instead. And a lot of that involves going for very specific things that hit super hard. So I feel like I'd be surprised to see him play the C here because it still is his lifeline, along with that last S, which is still in the bag.
On the other hand, there's a crazy idea that was mentioned in chat of PUCE, which forks the board. This is
Oh,
inaccessible. The H's are gone. No CH.
nice.
This is now a thing. This is now a thing. You need a good draw anyway. So why not create a situation where your bingos will not be able to be blocked immediately? Oh my goodness. Crazy stuff happening in this final game. COUP, that plays here as well, but it doesn't open anything. Oh, come on, Lewis. We want to see you make a crazy, crazy play. Such a stoic man he is, but this is the time to go nutso.
Block, definitely a factor too. He is appropriately iterating all of his ideas out. Looks like he's thinking about who. Not sure if that's just here
Oh,
or
maybe there, yeah.
or if he's also could he be thinking about playing it. This doesn't make that much sense without an H to try to draw to. So you're not playing coop there. So yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm gonna play poi here just because there are some random 3 tile draws that you can get with C here and S here. Holding, get rid of these letters. You can get causers, that's still in the pool. Caesura, that's in the pool. Pauses, and even crusade. You can even draw crusade. Not that easy, but they're possible. And if you get, and a lot of those tiles, given what we see, they're all in there. Not that likely, but it's all possible.
Yeah, it is possible, but look what isn't possible. Taking a little bit more time. Lewis is down to 3 minutes with so many tiles left in the bag. He's trying to formulate a plan here. I think he's still okay. Don't play OI. That was a suggestion in the chat to set up the P, but that would get completely hammered by the K
Oh
for
my
60
god.
points. But man, 3 minutes, under 3 minutes, Peter's gonna be wondering, what is this guy sitting on? Why is he taking this long? What is happening? Oh, hearts must be beating a little bit.
Yeah, really intriguing stuff here. Um, there is an idea as well, playing Oi, making sense not only to set up your P, but also because this feels like the easiest place for Peter to score without opening anything new with the eyes left. It's just going to be either a play through here, and we're going to see coup. So this probably hurts Lewis to part with that C, but makes some sense here. He's trying to draw into a bingo on the bottom row, maybe one that opens in multiple spots. If you get the right tile here, you might be able to open multiple spots with a bingo now. Let's see what he draws, Josh.
Yeah, it's blitz time for Lewis. He's not going to be able to think too hard about his next moves, and that's a few too many vowels for him. Still got a couple of moves left. I think if you're Peter, maybe you just plop down walk here, WAUK, prevent big plays here that open the board. Do something fast, put the time pressure on, because you know you could still lose by that crazy margin. But maybe Peter's just be like, all right, one chance. Wake is 48 points. Give Lewis one chance to do something about it. 48 points, that's going to narrow the gap to exactly 100 points. So
I think he's thinking
weak.
about weak here, which looks like a
Yeah.
really, really good play. That looks so good.
Yeah.
Responding
Yeah.
so well to Lewis's last play. Weak. Note that wake in this spot, taking all these hooks. This play taking no hooks. This is a really, really good play by Peter, and it should be able to sew things up for him from here.
Yeah, should be. So after this play, 6 tiles in the bag. And Lewis is going to need a miracle to win by 201 points. But man, what a stunner. Do you play PIE now, maybe, and hope that Peter
Draw
doesn't have a
the
response?
yeah.
You need to draw the Z. You need to draw something big with the Z. I guess that's the last hope. Pain comes to mind. PEIN, PAIN. Maybe he'll come up with something really clever, but he's only got 2 minutes, and that's the game.
Big
Peter
draw.
drawing the Z
Excuse me. Big draw.
and the S. So, all right, it was not to be. I'm calling it here. Lewis is definitely going to take this game still, but oh my goodness, for a moment there, I got the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, felt like that was an incredibly interesting position on when Lewis played coup. Many, many different things to consider, how best you make up that deficit, and I think the thing that complicates it extra much is just I don't know, the fact that the tournament is on the line as well, so can Peter make certain crazy plays because he's trying to protect his standing at all cost? In any case, Lewis is under serious time pressure now. He plays Powa, and Peter has a ton of time left to figure out what he wants to do on these later positions.
Yeah, so luckily, I mean, pain would have been very funny, PAIN saying, all right, you played weak, now I'm in pain. But that would have led to Piezo for a very nice 48 points. And now there are 3 tiles in the bag. So I guess Peter, first things first, maybe just try not to empty the bag. Doesn't really matter at this stage. I think he can just do whatever, but um, he's considering just playing Zoe next to the AK of Weak, which is super strong.
Yeah, that's got to be enough. It scores so well. That's going to put things on ice in terms of the blowout win. I mean, right now the score is still such that if Lewis found a way to sneak a bingo onto the board and potentially catch the Z on Peter's rack, he would definitely win by the required amount. But where is that bingo going to fit? I guess with a billion overlaps right here, that's all you're looking at, Josh.
Yeah. So, unless something insane happens, I'll be the first to officially congratulate Piotr Andronowski for his incredible performance. He will be dodging out of 2000 spread, unfortunately, with this loss, but he's been just almost unstoppable the entire event. And despite some, I guess, scares this game, he's going to win the whole tournament. Gonna lose this game. Gonna get to around 300. Go is his choice. Why not keep size and autos for next
Yeah,
turn?
but it's also brilliant because he's preventing those overlaps with the case hook to Opal, whereas Pal takes many, many more hooks. He's just removing any doubt of some crazy bingo that fits under here. I like it for that reason.
And Yike being played instantly. Lewis down to 38 seconds. Keeping TEIN, he's very likely to threaten, if not go out next turn.
Zades on the
And
rack. That actually
Zades was just blocked.
that just blocked Zades,
No way.
which is quite timely. That's pretty insane.
That's just complete randomness there. If Lewis had thought of that, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
crazy stuff. Um, so the crazy bingo there, which that would have gotten Peter much closer. A huge bingo to end things, but Peter still is going to be able to do all kinds of good stuff here to score well. Size in the corner seems very, very solid. This is actually his best end game play by a lot. Nice job to Peter. He's just played so solidly through and through. Another end game success for him here, bringing him up to 322. Josh, all that's left is for Lewis to go out and finish this thing off.
Indeed, indeed. All right, Inter is the final play here. 18 points, bringing the total to 422 plus 4 and Peter losing 4, whatever. 433-22 final score here, 108-point margin. Not quite enough for Lewis, but what an amazing performance. You see the handshake, and that'll do it for the 2026 International Scrabble Classics UK.
Yeah, incredible. That was like every game between these two had so much for us to chew on. Is this their fourth meeting or fifth? I'm not sure what it was, but absolute cinema between these two. Pretty much every time they sat down to play. Time to take a deep breath and exhale for everybody involved. The two of them, the two of us. Congratulations to both players, but most especially 2026 MGI International Scrabble Champion, Piotr Andronowski.
Well played. And we're going to get to talk to him, I'm sure, once he gets all the congrats on the floor that he deserves. I'm sure he'll be happy to give us a little bit of a word, but we want to let him rest on his laurels. A marathon of 32 games. I'm sure both of these guys are just flat out exhausted. I'm ready for more, Will. You want to play some Blitz?
I'm ready to blitz my way into the bedroom for a nap. I will be collapsing into the fetal position shortly. In fact, carpet of my office is looking pretty good right now for that purpose as well. We're at 983, folks. Are there 17 people out there who have yet to subscribe to this new YouTube channel? If you're out there, please, let's get us to that 1,000 mark. That was our goal. We are so close. This channel is going to have tons more live streaming content just like this. So if you enjoy what you just saw, subscribing is a great way to ensure that you get more of it. We're so close, everybody. What friends do you know? What alt accounts do you have? Maybe I should go on one of my alt Boggle accounts.
Give him a taste. Give him a taste of David Webb. Give him a taste. The game has ended.
I've got Piotr Andronowski. He's won the tournament. There's no way anyone else can win at this point. The tournament has started, and it's me to go first. I've been on the stream before multiple times. I've got a triple here, Nortanias and Fajitas.
I can't even. I can't even. Oh, man. So they're putting in the scores. We'll get to talk to both of them. First, of course, Peter, I think. Thank you for that. You got us up to 992, Will. Oh, my goodness.
Just with that?
993. There's no way. There's no way we're making it to 1,000. Come on, guys. 7 left.
I'm going on my alt account, my Boggle account. Let's see, what other accounts do we have? Actually, I don't know how to do that on my phone. But yeah, all right.
You have to go to studio.
I know, it's harder on phone. In any case, let's do it without shenanigans. We're so close, as we are going to talk to our winner here and potentially our runner-up, who has been incredibly good-natured the entire way.
I knew it. I knew your impressions would do it, Will.
Wow.
Hello, Peter.
Hello, guys.
Congratulations. Yet another instant classic. What a game. How are you feeling?
A bit confused by that game, really. I don't think I've ever been in this situation where I've had to play a game, to not lose by 200, knowing that the outcome doesn't really matter as long as I don't lose by 200. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had to do that. And it just totally messes with your mind. That was the kind of thinking behind Slant. I was just, scared that he's actually going to triple on me. And then 3 turns later, he's already 120 up. It was just a kind of a nightmare, wasn't it? It was like, he killed my salesman play through that E, and they're like, well, do I play SMA for 38, knowing that either I get 40 or he gets 40, but then what if he gets the triple? It just really messed with your mind. And another classic rack to start where you don't want to go first, right? Vilifies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
with
yes.
with another eye. I'm like, great. Why do I have to go first, right?
True.
uh, uh,
Yeah, a number of really
uh,
agonizing positions for you. You made a couple of phenomenal plays when it mattered most. The first of which was Bog Bean. This was really, really good. You had
mm,
clearly identified the 50-point bow back, which would have played
yeah, yeah.
underneath H and O of Holmes, but that gives so much back.
Yeah,
And
exactly. I mean,
and
that that's the reason why I sat on that K for the entire game because I mean, sure, I can score 40, 50 points, but then it immediately will get hit back by, a bingo for 120.
for
Uh,
sure. Yeah,
so
brilliant
so
play
yeah,
there. Auto
cheers,
as
thank
well,
you.
Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love that. Did you think, okay, he's playing the first C, he's got to have the second one?
Yeah, I mean, essentially damage control. I'm like, what's the worst case scenario? Like, I'm already losing by 120. This is quickly getting out of control. Potentially he can hit me there with a C bingo. Like, I thought about playing Etui, but then with the other S unseen, I'm like, well, he could just float something there and just make a trap.
Oh,
If I play
very
Etui, he could just
interesting.
leave
Yeah,
the S
yeah.
off.
We didn't think of that. That's
Uh,
really
uh,
cool.
and just make a giant hook there. So that's why I thought auto would be better, even though it's technically possible to have a C and an S bingo. But I mean, come on, what are the chances of that, right?
Hmm.
And then what else was there? I mean, weak was just blocking the board, right? Um,
Yeah,
again,
weak was a fantastic play.
and
Definitely
and
an
again,
opposite.
go was blocking trainee, which seemed really possible.
Hmm. Yeah, brilliant play. Those were all fantastic plays. Those are the plays we loved the most. And your logic was so sound all throughout the tournament. Your strategic thinking. Did you see he blocked Zades at the very end there?
Yeah. I saw I had that. It was, too bad, right? That would have
That's
been an epic
amazing.
way to finish this game.
Well,
You know,
look, we hear you're lamenting, but we also,
Yeah, that's
love to
the
see it. We love to see
yeah,
the struggle. We love to see the content.
yeah,
I'm sure you really enjoyed yourself here,
yeah,
and what a great way to end things.
yeah. I mean,
Fantastically done.
what a great opponent. To face Lewis 6 times in this in this
only
tournament has been
6.
grueling.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was
Um,
insane. Every one of those that we got to see was absolute cinema. You put on a show for us. You played amazing, very, very consistently good play from you. Very well earned. And yeah, what can we say? This is going to be the best game you ever lose in your life, probably.
it, yeah, exactly. Yeah, what a strange game to finish the tournament. But obviously, I'm super happy. This is my biggest win ever. So yeah,
Yeah, congrats. Any final
yeah.
thoughts for Peter, Josh, before we let him
Cheers, Simon.
get his props? Oh, we got
No,
Sammy
no,
there.
let's get everybody thanking
Yeah.
him. Yeah, let's get you off the
Cheers.
headset, Peter. Thanks
All
so
right.
much for
Cheers.
talking to us.
Uh,
Congrats again.
cheers.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys. I'll see you in Thailand. Yeah.
Yes, yes, indeed. I'll see you there. All
See
right.
you there.